Louis Vuitton revived the medieval core fashion by bringing the Gilded Age. From ruffled collars, puff sleeves and excessive lace. The artistic influence at the Louis Vuitton Cruise 2027 show was sparked by the discovery of an original 1930s Louis Vuitton trunk that the legendary pop artist Keith Haring had personalized with his marker drawings in 1984. A collection titled Metropolitan Life and shown at the Frick Collection in New York drew inspiration from this archival piece and the wider cultural collision of eras, merging uptown, Gilded Age grandeur with downtown, 1980s street art. Key inspirations included Keith Haring's pop art, Haring's iconic motifs, such as radiant children, flying devils and barking dogs were woven into the collection as intarsia levers, intricate knits and bag prints. Archival crossover. The 1984 custom trunk served as the emotional centerpiece, bridging French savoir-faire and the rebellious energy of 1980s downtown New York. Gilded Age grandeur. Staged at the Frick, a mansion built during New York's Gilded Age. The setting provided an aesthetic tension between historical, European aristocratic opulence and raw, American pop culture. The Frick Collection is not a neutral stage. The mansion at 1 East 70th Street was built between 1912 and 1914 for Henry Clay Frick, steel magnate, union suppressor and architect of the 1892 Homestead strike in which 10 people were killed. It is a monument to Gilded Age industrial extraction made beautiful. Its rooms hold Vermeer, Rembrandt, Velázquez, and El Greco, a collection assembled through the violent surplus of industrial capitalism, converted into a public institution upon Frick's death in 1935. The building itself is a preserved argument about who owns culture, who builds it, and who bleeds for it. The violent reality behind aesthetic neutrality. An 1892 Harper's Weekly engraving, documenting the arrival of the state militia to break the Homestead strike by deploying private, mercenaries and state power to ruthlessly crush his own labor force. Henry Clay Frick generated the industrial surplus that built his residential fortress at 1 East 70th Street, making the very architecture of the Cruise 2027 show an artifact of state-sanctioned capital extraction. When Nicholas Gesquier chooses to run his NIS Cruise 2027 runway through the Octagon Room, the Anteroom, the Cabinet Gallery, and the dining room spaces that have hosted some of the most consequential old master paintings in North America for nearly a century, he is not entering into dialogue with the collection. He is entering into ownership of its accumulated aura. This is precisely what the aura transaction describes: the absorption of an existing field of cultural gravity by a commercial entity that has not generated that gravity through its own labor or history.